WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We've seen on and off rain across the region today, but tomorrow that rain could change to snow. We've declared a severe weather alert day, and we begin tonight with WYMT's Brandon Robinson, who is live at a loud WYMT Food City Mountain Basketball Classic. Brandon?
You're right, Steve, and good evening to you. We're tracking some rain tonight, but it is nice and dry and warm here at the Morton Combs Athletic Complex. So come on down. Tip-off for the first game. It's at 6 o'clock, less than 30 minutes away. Let's take a look at our forecast. Currently in Whitesburg, things are fairly quiet just down the road. You see a few little clouds around, but the rain is kind of moving out of the area, at least for now. We're going to see some redevelopment later on tonight in the overnight hours. Temperatures still mild. They're actually going to stay steady or maybe go up a little bit as we head toward midnight, and that's when they'll start to fall in the 60s and 50s right now across the entire region. Those winds are cranking out of the southwest, and these are current wind speeds. You see anywhere between 5, 10, even 20 mile per hour winds right now. So if you've got those Christmas decorations out, make sure that you're keeping an eye on those garbage cans too. So as Steve said, we have issued a WYMT severe weather alert day. Low risk for the most part, but we are watching the possibility of some warm and rainy start to your Tuesday, and then rain to snow transitioning as we head into the morning and afternoon. And those higher elevations are the spots we're watching for the best chances for some accumulating snow. I'll talk about all that and break down all the forecast details coming up here in a little bit. Steve?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Several law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, raided a house in Leslie County Friday. WYMT's Katie Cook talked to the Leslie County Sheriff, who says his deputies found explosives.
The scene at this house in Leslie County looked a lot different on Friday.
There was just miscellaneous primers and detonators and things of that nature.
As law enforcement found a homemade explosive and other dangerous materials in a house off Upper Grassy Branch Road.
We knew the explosives were there before entering. We'd actually started the investigation the day before.
Not something Sheriff Billy Collette sees often.
Nothing to the magnitude of this.
Officials arrested Kevin Peterson at the house where they found the explosives. But at first, they couldn't find Peterson. Officials say through a tip, they learned he was actually hiding in a hidden room at the house the whole time.
Safe rooms are something that's in the news now, and more people are using them for illegal purposes.
After he refused to exit the small space, police used a canine unit to get Peterson out. He is now at the Leslie County Detention Center facing multiple charges. In Leslie County, Katie Cook, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials say Peterson was originally being investigated in a domestic violence case before they were made aware of the homemade explosives. Police in Kentucky make a major meth bust by looking inside an air fryer. Louisville police posted this picture to their Facebook page over the weekend. They say they tracked the package with an air fryer, then obtained a search warrant for it. They say about $100,000 worth of meth was inside. So far, police have not arrested anyone in the case. The Justice Department's internal watchdog has released its highly anticipated report on whether the FBI conducted illegal surveillance of the Trump campaign back in 2016. As part of the nearly 2-year probe, the department's inspector general reviewed more than 1 million records and conducted more than 100 witness interviews. CBS's Katherine Johnson reports from the White House.
It should never again happen to another.
President Trump criticized the FBI moments after the Justice Department released its watchdog report into the origins of the Russia probe.
This was an attempted overthrow, and a lot of people were in on it.
According to the 434-page report, Inspector General Michael Horowitz found no evidence of political bias or improper motivation in the Bureau's effort to investigate possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia.
The president has spent 3 years undermining the credibility and faith in our law enforcement and in our intelligence community.
But the report does highlight missteps by the FBI, including significant inaccuracies and omissions in applications the Bureau filed to monitor former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page.
They fabricated evidence and they lied to the courts, and they did all sorts of things to have it go their way.
The report says the FBI used informants to record conversations with Mr. Trump's associates as part of its investigation, including a high-level Trump campaign official. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill split along party lines over the report's findings.
There is absolutely no credible evidence of spying on the Trump campaign.
This is not a good day for the FBI. Hopefully it's a good day for America if we've learned from this.
FBI Director Christopher Wray says he accepts the Inspector General's conclusions and has ordered his agency to take dozens of corrective steps. Attorney General William Barr took issue with the report and has already ordered a separate internal investigation that he's overseeing. Katherine Johnson, CBS News, the White House.
Inspector General Horowitz will testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee to discuss the report on Wednesday. She will be officially sworn in as Kentucky's next lieutenant governor tomorrow, but Jacqueline Coleman has been hard at work since first being elected to the position back in November. Coleman will be busy serving in that role and as the Secretary of Education and Workforce Development. She also has another job title she's preparing for, new mom.
That is something I try to get used to a little bit more every day. I just keep telling myself it's all going to be fine. It's all going to work out, and we're going to figure this out.
Tonight at 11, Amber Philpott from WKYT sits down with the Lieutenant Governor-elect, and they will talk politics, basketball, and the lessons Coleman hopes to bring with her to Frankfort. Governor-elect Andy Beshear will be sworn in during a private ceremony just after midnight tonight. Inauguration festivities begin early tomorrow with a breakfast reception at 7:30 and concluding with the inaugural balls in the evening. We will have live coverage of the public swearing-in ceremony tomorrow afternoon at 2 on WYMT and WYMT.com. We will also have several reporters in Frankfort for team coverage of the inauguration. That will come your way at 4, 5:30, 6, and 11. One Kentucky lawmaker is hoping to see more training for mental health first aid. Chelsea Jones tells us why this means so much to the legislator who pre-filed a bill to help create a new program.
Representative Kim Mosier has pre-filed legislation that will create the Kentucky Mental Health First Aid Training Program. She says this legislation is for people who want to help those with mental illness but have no idea where to start.
Kentucky actually has one of the higher rates of young people dying due to preventable causes.
According to the United Health Foundation, suicide is the 11th leading cause of death in Kentucky and the second leading cause of death for people ages 15 to 34. Studies also show a higher risk of substance abuse among those living with mental illness. Mosier, who chairs the House Committee on Health and Family Services, says more young people could receive help if community members were trained to better assist them. That's why she introduced a bill that would establish the Kentucky Mental Health First Aid Training Program, which will train people on how to assist those experiencing a mental health crisis. Although anyone can sign up for the training, first responders, faith leaders, social workers, and educators will be encouraged to participate.
A lot of times, teachers are probably the best available to identify these because they see the kids every day.
Now, if it passes through the next legislative session, the program will be administered through the Cabinet for Health and Family Services and will be funded through state and federal appropriations, grants, and private donations. At the Capitol, Chelsea Jones, WKYT.
The 2020 legislative session will convene January 7th. Get ready to see some changes to Kentucky license plates. Starting late next year, new plates will be flat and digitally printed rather than embossed. The state says the background will stay the same and you'll still leave the county clerk's office with a new plate. People with the oldest plates will be offered the new ones first. State officials say this will reduce cost and make for a more efficient process. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, a man takes a bite out of a masterpiece made out of a banana and duct tape, and it goes viral. Hear why this hungry artist says he's not sorry.
And it may feel like a warm December day out there now, but big changes are coming as we get to tomorrow. I have that forecast coming up.